I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this channel, I generally discuss on the basics of stock market, portfolio construction, stock market news, and regularly I discuss with you some of the micro cap multi-bagger stocks that you need to be vigilant with. So today I shall discuss with you on the portfolio construction. So this topic is very important for everyone. I shall discuss the importance of constructing a stock market portfolio. I really emphasize that the number of stocks in a portfolio should be based on an investor's goals and risk tolerance. If the aim is to beat inflation and achieve index rates of return, owning a larger number of stocks may be suitable. However, if the goal is to generate real wealth, it is recommended to keep the number of stocks in the portfolio in single digits. This approach allows for better estimation and forecasting of the fortunes of a limited number of companies, as macroeconomic factors largely influence the performance of a larger portfolio. Let me share my personal experience, and my portfolio has always consisted of less than 10 stocks over the past few years, and I have certainly received good returns. And so I suggest that during the recovery phase from the bear market, which we are experiencing right now, it may be beneficial to hold more stocks initially and then gradually reduce the number as a better understanding of the owned companies is gained. The weightages of stocks in a portfolio are crucial, but many investors overlook them in favor of round numbers of shares. I emphasize the importance of knowing the weightages and their impact on the portfolio's performance. Even a small allocation can significantly affect the overall performance, and one wrong decision in a high weightage stock would require multiple correct decisions from the lower weight stocks to rectify the mistake. So every time you have to be very much vigilant in your portfolio. So regarding investing a significant portion of your net worth in a single stock, I highly advise caution. For an entire equity portfolio, I rather suggest investing in a company that the government would ensure does not close down in near future. So let me give example of State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. There are so many examples. However, the need to stay vigilant and sell if any signs of trouble arises. On the topic of portfolio rebalancing, I recommend allowing profits to run when stocks are performing well. So now draw an analogy to the real estate. We never sell a parts of a property if its value appreciates, right? So if stocks are underperforming, it is advisable to sell and make adjustments and keep your value appreciations go along with your appreciation of the stock. So in this video, let me remind you of the advantages and disadvantages of both approaches. So I acknowledge that concentration can lead to significant wealth creation, but also carries a high risk during times of failure. I emphasize the importance of strong conviction and knowledge when adopting concentrated approach. By focusing on few carefully selected stocks with immense potential, investors can maximize returns. Let me share examples of some market leaders in specific periods to illustrate the benefits of concentration. Take for example Asian Paints, Page Industries, Eicher Motors from different sectors. Once upon a time they led the market, and if your portfolio are concentrated into these stocks, you would get handsome return in your portfolio. I admit that concentration can be stressful and requires constant vigilance. So investors must be quick decision makers. They must exit positions if they realize they were wrong. To safeguard against downside risks, it is crucial to retain a portion of capital for future market opportunities. Nobody knows when opportunities would come. Regarding diversification, I believe that beyond a certain point, it does not add significant value to a portfolio. In the Indian context, where investment options are limited, owning a large number of stocks merely reduces volatility without delivering substantial benefits. I suggest that investors seek diversification. They might as well invest in index funds representing the broader market. You would also think of geographical diversification. If you need any kind of diversification in your portfolio, you can go to the international stocks in New York Stock Exchange or Hang Seng Stock Exchange. So in summary, I advise that a concentrated approach is more suitable for those seeking wealth creation, real wealth creation. However, I stress the need for strong conviction, quick decision making, and risk management for a concentrated portfolio. For risk averse investors focused on wealth preservation, I recommend index funds rather than a diversified portfolio having 20-30 stocks. So for them, index funds are good enough. Ultimately, the key is to be mindful of the risks associated with concentration and manage them effectively. So I think you have a clear-cut idea what to do to diversify or to concentrate. So thank you very much. We would meet in my next video. Thank you.